We are at our weekly date at the laundromat this afternoon. It's been a busy day today. We've been getting a lot of running around done, but since we've had a busy week, we should just get right to it. So first of all, the kids actually stayed up late one night putting together a bunch of packets, and you know more about that than I do.
Yeah, they had a track and a towel and a couple other little things that they were putting in small bags to take to field hospitals for nurses and patients. So
yeah, there was a group of people at the church that got together, and they wound up putting masks in them and, like Gwen is saying, a couple other things, and handing them out at one of those field hospitals for patients and also for some of the nurses. So that was really cool. And then we had 4th of July, and I have to say that Gwendolyn made really good hot dog buns, and I've kind of been eating, well, I don't know if I've been eating crow or what, but I do wish I hadn't have said anything about it last week. I'll just leave it at that. If you have regrets, that's one of mine. And we had a really good time. Good food, hot dogs, and a lot of American stuff. We were stuck at home, though. You see us with the masks. Things are not getting better in Bangkok right now. You know more about that than me.
Well, actually today they did have over 7,000 new cases, and that's not just Bangkok province, that is the whole country. As far as Bangkok province, there were a little over 2,000 cases. The death rate from yesterday was 75, so they have called to have a meeting tomorrow to contemplate more restrictions, like not being able to travel between provinces, and they're not really sure. Whatever it is, it'll start out at being 2 weeks, and it'll just be more of lockdown stuff, which I'm really not sure what more they could implement other than just saying you can't go anywhere and closing things down. So we'll see.
We're just kind of waiting and seeing. In the meantime, our typical schedule for me, I'm doing the English Sunday school class, and this Sunday will be my first Sunday. Brother Adam and I did the class together last Sunday. I thought that went really well, and so this week I'll be doing it by myself. And then Sunday night is the Pakistani meeting, and so I'm in charge now of helping with the Pakistani ministry. Brother Ricky will be preaching tonight, this Sunday night, and then we have Brother Javed will be preaching the next Sunday night, and then it'll be my turn again. On Fridays at 2 we have our Bible study for men. Wednesdays at 6 we have our prayer meeting, and all of those are meetings we're doing online. We're doing all of those live streaming. Mondays and Tuesdays we're visiting people. We spent last night, what time did we get home?
Right before midnight.
It was almost midnight, and so a family had a relative had passed away, and they wanted to have a memorial type service there in their home, and so we went there with them and did that. Had a really good time. Again, if you're working with Pakistani people in their homes, you're going to be eating good food and you're going to be having a good time, and we did. Even at a memorial service, we had a lot of fun and reminiscing about the gentleman who had passed away. And thank the Lord he was a Christian, and they know where he is now. So that was a really good time. I enjoyed that. Kids are doing homeschool, and the other stuff. Oh, our water situation seems to have improved. We haven't gotten brave enough to try to use the washing machine yet, so we're still coming to the laundromat, but hopefully we'll be able to start doing that. What else do we have?
Well, our big thing of the week, I guess you could say, was early Monday morning about 3 a.m. there was a chemical factory about somewhere between 9 and 10 kilometers away from us that exploded. We didn't hear it, but it did a lot of damage, and there was a point where we were actually being told we were to consider evacuating because of toxic smoke and possibly another explosion. So Monday and Tuesday were pretty on edge about what we were doing.
Yeah, we actually had a backup plan in case we had to leave the city. Fortunately, the wind was blowing over us and then to the factory and taking the fumes away from us. But when you live in a country where you don't know what's in the food and you really don't know what's in the water, you certainly don't know what's in the factory. So with the black smoke, we could see it. And
now we were actually at a Pakistani family's house on Monday evening, and that was when someone called us and said, "Hey, y'all are in a possible evacuation zone. You need to check it out." And we could smell something really bad at that point. We could see black smoke in the air, so we went home and kind of threw some stuff together just in case we had to leave.
But we didn't. So But that explosion happened like within like 3/4 of a mile of another missionary's house. It blew the door open on his house, and they were out of town. Fortunately, they were down further south from here, and they've had to just stay there where they were for a few days because the roads are blocked off and people can't get home because the fire lit up and exploded a few more times and then went out and then lit up again. And
yeah, and within a 1 kilometer zone, nobody is able to enter. They're still putting chemicals into a holding tank, trying to keep the temperature down until they can get all the chemicals mixed and balanced out so there's not another explosion. So
when you're just talking about like chemicals and explosions and fires and things like that, it just makes me feel a little uncomfortable. So we're just thankful the wind was blowing away from us the whole time, and still is. It's still blowing from where we are over towards the factory. So that was the excitement for the week, I suppose. A few other things. We went to the school this morning, Leah and I, to get some more paperwork submitted. Tomorrow morning I have an appointment at 9 a.m. at immigration. One of my favorite places to go. It ranks like right below, going to the dentist is a little bit more fun than going to immigration. So we'll be there in the morning at 9 o'clock, and hopefully everything will be accepted that we submit, and we'll pay again another wad of money to stay here legally and do what we do. Is that about it?
Yeah, that's about it. We did stay up late on Sunday night as it was early July 4th morning in the United States and watched our home church's patriotic service. And then Monday night we caught some fireworks. So
I may have fallen asleep during the service, but I woke up at the end. All right, well, I guess that's about it. These videos are kind of impromptu. We don't organize it or write everything out that we're going to talk about. We just decide the main high points of the week, and then that's what we share with you. So that's what's happening here. This is what it looks like, and that's what our last week was about. So we want you to pray about our visa situation, and pray about COVID here in Bangkok. It's not getting better here, and it's getting worse. So just be in prayer for safety for the Pakistanis and for all of us who are here. And until next week, thank you again for your faithful support, and thank you for praying for us. God bless you.